Hi, I'm Akhil Mahadevan and welcome to the third episode of The Solar Life. We bring you the latest in innovations, technology, happening interviews, and a lot more. But first, let's catch up with the past week.
How can you maximize the amount of renewable energy your home produces? Well, the answer is here. The invention of solar-powered paint. Solar-powered paint could turn every inch of the surface of your house into a micro-generator of clean energy. Researchers from the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology have created paint that absorbs solar energy as well as moisture from the air. A group of teenagers from Seattle got together to create a number of small shelters for the homeless in their neighborhood. Each unit had a solar-powered roof which created enough energy for the occupants to have light and warm water. And the shelter was also equipped with a kitchen and a composting toilet. An artificial leaf solar cell is an invention by researchers from the University of Illinois. This leaf solar cell is a game changer in the field of solar energy and the environment at large. The battery can efficiently convert carbon dioxide in the atmosphere into user-friendly hydrocarbon fuel, using sunlight as the source of energy. Contrary to how other solar cells work, this artificial leaf solar cell performs the functions of a plant. It comes to solve two problems all at once. First, it removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and the second one is to offer sustainable fuel. A magnificent solar-powered invention is a sports stadium in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. The power that the stadium uses comes from some 8,844 solar panels, which are artistically fixed on the roof. The stadium, which stands as an architectural masterpiece, can hold up to a capacity of 55,000 spectators. It can create enough power to cater to around 80% of the households in its locality. India added a record 1,836 megawatts of rooftop solar power in the last fiscal year. At the end of fiscal year 2019, the overall installed rooftop solar power capacity stood at 4,375 megawatts, soaring a 72% increase over fiscal year 2018. Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and Karnataka are the top rooftop solar power generating states. Solar air conditioning system in Australia. The Solar Air inverter solar air conditioning system has now been released into Australia. Using cutting-edge technology, this air conditioning system uses a combination of solar power and mains electricity, effectively reducing operating costs by up to 97% during daylight hours.
This October 2nd, on the birth anniversary of the father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi, we started a new kind of revolution, the Solar Swaraj. Over 1 million students from around the world gathered to be a part of this worldwide movement. Let's have a look.
The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, in association with IIT Bombay, is organizing the Global Students Solar Assembly on October 2, 2019. This global initiative saw over 10,000 students from around 6,500 institutions from over 50 countries participate in a hands-on training to assemble their own solar study lamp. This event won 2 Guinness World Record titles: Largest Environment Sustainability Lesson and Most People Assembling Solar-Powered Lamps Simultaneously. The event was organized with an aim to sensitize the young generations who will be bearing the maximum burden of climate change. The day-long event was held to commemorate the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi and to promote the idea of sustainable living.
Here's an innovative water desalination plant that converts seawater to potable water, and what's more, it runs on solar energy. Water crisis is one of the top concerns for countries around the world. Availability of drinking water is scarce. There is no well-established process to convert seawater to fresh water. Therefore, to tackle this huge issue, a solar desalination process is in trial stage right now. Solar desalination is a technique to desalinate water using solar energy. There are two basic methods of achieving desalination using this technique: direct and indirect. This process can be scalable and, if successful, can provide sufficient clean water for families to use in a small footprint and potentially for off-grid desalination at isolated locations. Currently, most of the desalination plants are situated in areas where traditional energy is readily available and at a very low cost. There is a substantial capacity for solar desalination in rural and remote areas, including islands where grid electricity or fossil fuels may not be the best option to generate energy at an economical cost. It is an early stage technology but will significantly reduce the cost of desalination, and since solar thermal energy is actively used, it is both beneficial and cost effective. In our interview section, we interview the movers and shakers of the solar sector. We have with us Mr. Prafulla Pathak, the President of the Solar Energy Society of India. Let us understand how solar energy is changing the world.
I am Prafulla Pathak. I am President of Solar Energy Society of India. Solar Energy Society of India is the apex body in the field of solar energy in India. It was formed in 1978 by Mr. R. Arkat Ramchandran, who was the Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology at that time. Later on, he became UN Under Secretary General. In innovations, I am expecting more innovations in the field of transport, particularly electric vehicles are coming, so that will be powered with the help of solar energy. Then we are going for water land services, wherein we are planning to have our transport through water. So in that area, if we are going for some innovations, wherein instead of using the oil and other fuels, if we can put it with the help of solar, then I think that will be the most important thing. Yes, definitely. As you correctly said, these are the electric cars. They are based on storage, battery storage, or that type of support, and that will be again a hybrid. So to have the advantage, and solar energy can charge your batteries, or sometimes you can take directly some help from solar energy to the electric vehicles. So in that context, it is very sure that in the future, whatever electric vehicles we are going to see, it will have a solar energy as an additional support. Innovations. Yes, there are a lot of things are going in the energy storage sector, and energy storage has a backup of solar charging. So we will definitely that type of work is going on, and we will see. We are expecting some good results. Now we have started thinking on these lines, and just to share you one interesting thing, in 2011 when we thought of 20 gigawatt as a target for us, everybody was stunned. It was similar to what we are now thinking, how can we get 375 gigawatt and all that. So we are in the same position, but the situation is, when we started in 2011 and we were targeting 2020 as our mark, we achieved it this year only. So once you target something and start looking at it, definitely we can achieve that. So on those lines, I am very much sure that, and now awareness about solar, the interest of people, the researchers has gone up, and everyone is trying to give their best. So it's all possible. Sure. In smart electricity grids, solar energy is definitely going to play an important role. The people who are in this field, they are working on that, and I am also confident that solar energy has to play in a good role in this smart grid, and if we can do that, then we can reduce our dependency on fossil fuels. And if we can reduce our dependency on fossil fuels, then definitely the theme on which we are working, climate change, we can achieve that.
And now it's time for our section Did You Know?, where we present to you unique trivia and interesting news from the solar world.
Did you know that solar roadways are being invented right now? Scientists are exploring ways to actually line highways and roads with solar panels that would then be used to deploy large amounts of electricity to the grid. Did you know scientists have invented a mechanism that allows rooftop solar panels to follow the sun as it arcs through the sky, which greatly increases their efficiency? This household mechanical solar tracker will be available to use in almost every country in the next year. Did you know that solar electricity and purifier is a breakthrough in solar panel technology, which has resulted in a device that can produce electricity from sunlight and purify water at the same time? Did you know that solar impulse plane was invented in 2011? The solar impulse became the first solar powered aircraft to fly without fuel in both the day and night while carrying passengers, and went through a round the world trip. Did you know that a hearing aid battery has been powered by solar energy? Hearing aid batteries offer hearing impaired people in developing countries an alternative to costly batteries.
It's time for our editor, Mr. Chetan Singh Solanki, to express his views on the main story.
As we know that energy is a major driver of our life, but also the use of energy, particularly fossil fuels, affects the climate change. In order to bring this awareness to the young minds that they are the important stakeholders of energy, we have organized this Student Solar Ambassador Workshop on 2nd October this year, which is celebrated as 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. The call was not only for India and various schools and colleges within India, but the call to participate was for the whole world. And I am very happy to share with you that on 2nd October, more than 50 countries participated, more than 5,000 schools, colleges and other institutions participated, and nearly 1 million students took part in learning to make their own solar lamp. And this is a hands-on training. I thought it was very important that all young minds become aware of the use of solar energy, not only become aware of the use of solar energy, but they get a training by their own hands. And Gandhiji always focused that it is not the training of head alone, but the training of heart and hands are important. Having participated millions of students on this workshop, I believe that this is a very important beginning of what I call Energy Swaraj. And the lines of Gandhiji's Gram Swaraj, where every community, every society, every household needs to generate and fulfill their own energy, this idea of Energy Swaraj is coined. From that context, the young minds in their early age, if they start to play with the solar technology in the same way as they play with the mobile phone, I believe that when they grow up, they will adopt to solar energy much more easily, and solar energy or the use of solar energy will become part of their life. They will not take additional effort, or it will be a very common part of the daily life, so that we all can move towards a more sustainable, more greener, more cleaner future for the entire planet.
That's all for today, folks. It's goodbye for now, but don't forget to tune in to our YouTube channel. If you like this video, press the like button, comment and subscribe to our channel for more. Till then, keep watching The Solar Life.